going on, people? It's the Xbot 448, and today, guys, I want to give you a little advice when it comes to Forza Horizon 4. I know I've gotten DMs in my on Xbox Live, even a couple on Twitter, talking about my Drivatar, and it's basically my AI. It's my artificial intelligence in other people's offline races, and I've had people say how, you know, my Drivatar is kind of untouchable. What the hell did I do to it, and all this good stuff. So I want to give a really kind of like what I feel is an important tip when it comes to your Drivatar. Now, part of the whole thing with your Drivatar is how you drive with other racers, how you interact with other racers, but you'll be very surprised to know that that is only a small part of it. Now, I also have friends that are really into Forza, and I go up against their Drivatars when I race offline as well, and some of them are really good when you're driving online, but then their Drivatars just really, they're not good. I get by them, no problem, and everything like that. And I think I figured out the key here. And the key is that little blue thing on the road that you are seeing right now in the gameplay. Yeah, it is your driving or racing line. It is your racing line, and how you interact with corners and stuff like that. That is your biggest thing right there. So if you want your Drivatar to be as hard as possible, one of the biggest tips I can give you is to follow that line when you're driving offline. And now I know a lot of people are like, oh, the racing line, you shouldn't use the racing line, that's noob stuff, you only do that as an amateur or whatnot. But guess what, guys, racing offline doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? You can shut it off if you're going online, or have it just going into the turns or whatnot. But what you need to do to develop your Drivatar to be a beast, you know, when you're not around, collecting your money and stuff like that, when people are racing your Drivatar, is you have to turn on this racing line and you have to follow it. You have to get it to the point where you are braking at the right time on turns, you are coming off hitting the gas properly after a turn, and you want to get like perfect turns and stuff like that while you're racing offline. Now, the best way to do that, I mean, you can be pardon my French here, you can be an absolute asshole to the AI in the beginning of the race, right? But once you get out in front, your main focus should be hitting the turns properly, you know, gassing when you're supposed to, and following this line. If you do that, and if you do that for a while, you will see an incredible improvement in your Drivatar. You'll start getting messages on Xbox like, dude, what did you do with your Drivatar? I cannot beat him. You know, it turned into kind of like a stigma, this whole driving line thing, and my whole thing is I keep it on. I keep on the driving line because, first off, I'm not a professional race car driver. Secondly, all right, I'm not racing closed circuit races or anything like that where, you know, the turns and everything are kind of like either famous or infamous, right? I'm racing on open roads and countryside as well. You know, you go off-road and everything like that. And I will say, when you do the off-road racing, to me, the driving line is almost necessary. Otherwise, I kind of get lost out there in the grass and the fields and all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, that's my biggest tip for you with your Drivatar. You want your Drivatar when you're not playing to rack up the most money it can when it's in other people's races and stuff like that. You can actually use this tip for other Forza games as well, because it seems to be kind of like an algorithm that they tweak it with every iteration of a Forza game when it comes out or whatnot. But at its core, it's not necessarily about how you treat the other racers. Like I said, that has a small part to do with it, but it's how you treat the racetrack. And if you follow their line, you'll see that your cars have a tendency to take off, separate themselves from the pack when it comes to your Drivatar. And I figured this would be a good video. Not a lot of people talk about this. It's something that I've kind of known for a while, and I felt like I should share it with you guys. So as usual, if you like the content, you like the topic, definitely hit that thumbs up button for me. Hit the comment section as well. I want to know if you actually care about your racing AI, like when you're not playing the game, if you care like how they treat your friends and stuff like that. Or of course, like if you care about their placement, because the higher they place in other people's races, the more credits you get for not doing anything, basically. And I feel like it is an important part of the game in terms of just getting all that, all the credits you can. I mean, I'm trying to build up to get that castle right now. That's 10 million credits. Now, I've had over 10 million credits lifetime in this game. I don't know where I spent them, but I spent a bunch of it, and I got almost like 8 million now. And I'm just trying to do everything I can to get to that 10 million, so this way I can start really buying some of the unusual cars that I want, that I have interest in, to kind of like hook up and see how they run. But I'm not going to do that until I get this $10 million castle, which gets me that last barn find and 10 super wheel spins as well. So I feel like that's an investment I really want to do before I really get in and start messing with these cars. But like I said, if you like what I'm talking about, you hear what I'm talking about here, definitely hit that thumbs up button. Thank you guys again for all the support. I want to see this channel grow like incredibly. I'm gonna try to do more gaming news, opinion videos, more live streams, more shows and stuff like that. So definitely, if you haven't subscribed, now is a great time to subscribe. But yeah, as for now, this is the Xbot 448, and I am definitely signing off.
Trying to get demons up out of me. Turn to a beast, eat your arteries. Deceasing opponents so properly. Unleashing the dark side, what got to me. We come to take this shit over.